Hey guys, welcome back to No Catch Name. It's Miela. Today we're making ghosts. Look at them, they're so cute. This is a quick and easy no-sew ghost pattern. If you want to make it, follow along with me and I'll help you. So let's head over to the crafting table and get our supplies ready and make some ghosts. Okay, here's the supplies we need to make the ghost. So we're going to need white, black, and gray in the body yarn. So in my case, this is Perfect Chunky, so it's size 6. The white's for the body. The black and gray are for the eyes. And then in worsted weight, you're going to need some black and some pink. The black is for the mouth. The pink is for the little cheeks. Then you'll need some scissors, a yarn needle, your hook, and stitch marker. Today I'm using a 5mm hook, which is an H hook. But you may have to switch your hook due to the type of yarn you're using or your tension. Let's get into it. Alright, first we're going to start with the arms. We're going to make them now, and then we can crochet them into the body when we get to the body. So let's chain 2. We're going to do 5 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. You could also use the magic ring if you want to. 2, 3, 4. Oops, I got a fuzz. 5. Okay. So now for the second round, we're going to single crochet 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now let's turn this out a little bit. This is the outside of our hand. Round 3, we're going to do, in our first stitch here, we're going to do a 4 double crochet bobble. This is going to be the little like thumb. So yarn over and go into this first stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2. Then yarn over, go back into that stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2. You'll have 3. Yarn over, go back in. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2. You'll have 4. All right, one more. So yarn over, go in that same stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2. You'll have 5 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 5 of those. So that's going to make like the little thumb. And then we're going to single crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to single crochet 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, right here's where we're going to close up the arm to get it ready to attach later. First I'm going to stuff my yarn tail down in there. You don't have to stuff the hand if you don't want to. Doesn't need it really. Alright, so we're going to, right here's your thumb. And right here is the top of your hand. When you fold it together, because there's 4 single crochets, or there's 5 actually, but one's kind of like right here. The one you just made is off to the side. So we're going to fold the arm shut with the thumb off to the side. Make sure the thumb's off to the side. If it's not, you can do a stitch or take away a stitch until you're on this far side. So we're going to go through both layers of the arm and single crochet 1, and then do it again and single crochet 2. So there's a little hand. It doesn't look like much right now, but it'll be cute once you attach it to the body. So we're going to pull that up and trim it. You don't need to leave a long tail because we're not sewing it on. And this tail that we do leave will be crocheted on the inside of the ghost's body. So now we're going to do that same thing again. Those are our arms. So now we can set them aside until we're ready to put them onto the body. Okay, so now for the body, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to do 8 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So round 2, we're going to increase 8 times, so it'll be a total of 16 stitches. Let's start with our first one. Let me make sure it's my first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. It's hard to tell sometimes with the white yarn. Alright, so there's my first increase. I'm going to use my stitch marker into the first stitch I made. So that was 2 stitches, so increase, be 3 and 4, increase, 5, 6, increase, 7, 8, increase, 9, 10, increase, 11, 12, increase, 14, 15, that's wrong, I meant 13, 14, increase again for 15 and 16. I don't know what happened to my 13. Alright, so sometimes this little hoe is left. It really depends on the yarn I'm using, so I'm going to pull this tail through so that I can use that tail later to close up that hole. If you use a magic ring, that doesn't do that really, but with this kind of yarn, I don't like using the magic ring for that because it breaks easily. So I'll just sew that closed later. It's not a problem. Alright, round 3, we're going to do single crochet increase all the way around. So let's do our first single crochet. And then increase in the next stitch. Then we're going to single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. We're going to do that all the way around for a total of 24 stitches at the end of this round. Alright, at the end of round 3, you'll have 24 stitches. So now rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 5 rounds, are going to be solid single crochet around. So do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 5 total rounds of single crocheting all the way around. Alright, we just did rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 solid single crochet. So now round 9, we're going to be adding the arms. So first we're going to single crochet 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, where your stitch marker is at is going to be the back of your ghost, so you want your little thumbs pointing towards the front of your ghost, so that because there's going to be a little tiniest jog when we do the bottom of the ghost that you probably want in the back. I always try to put those in the back. So now we're going to attach the first arm. So we're going to hold the arm up against the ghost. There's 2 single crochets on the arm, so we're going to go through one of those single crochets and then the next stitch on the body, and we're going to single crochet. So that's 1, and then we're going to do that again with the second single crochet and the next stitch of the body, 2. And then just take this little tail and hold it in there. So now we're going to do 8 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to attach the second arm. This time, see, make a note of where your stitch marker's at. So you want the thumb this time facing that way, because if you put it on this way, this hand will be backwards. So we're going to do that again, the same way we just did with the other arm. So we're going to go through 1 single crochet on the arm and the next single crochet on the body. Do 1, and then we're going to do that again with the second stitch of the arm into the second stitch of the body. I'm going to lay that tail in there so it gets caught in there. Alright, and then we'll single crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's look at the arms. Right there's his little arms. Both his thumbs are pointing forward, which is good. This is the tail that I'll use later to close up the hoe. So there he is so far. Alright, so now rounds 10 through 14, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5 more rounds, we're going to single crochet solid. So it's still 24 stitches all the way around. We're going to do 5 more rounds, so 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 all the way around. Okay, we just did rounds 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, so 5 total rounds of solid single crochet after adding the arms. So now round 15, we're going to be working in the front loop only, and then round 16, we're going to be working in leftover back loop. So the first thing we're going to do in round 15 is we're going to do 3 half double crochets into this first front loop only. So you half double crochet, you just yarn over, go into the front loop only. yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and go through all 3. Now instead of putting my stitch marker into this first half double crochet, I'm going to bend it forward and I'm going to put my stitch marker in this back loop so that it's easier for me to find it when I get around. So that was 1 half double crochet. So now we're going to do another one and another one, all in that same first stitch. Then in the next front loop only, we're going to slip stitch, front loop only. Then the next front loop only, we're going to do 3 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3. So the next front loop only, we're going to slip stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around in the front loops only, 3 half double crochet and 1 slip stitch, 3 half double crochet and 1 slip stitch, all the way around. And then when we get to the end of this round, I'll show you how to work in the back loops of the next round. Okay, so I just worked all the way around, front loop only, and I'm back to my first 3 half double crochets. So I just did my last slip stitch. So now instead of working in these, we're gonna bend it forward to where I put my stitch marker in the first back loop only. And for round 16, we're gonna be working in all these back loop onlys. And we're gonna single crochet 1, decrease all the way around. So let's start with our first single crochet right here. And then add our stitch marker back. So there's 1 single crochet. And then if you kind of bend this frilly part down, these other ones, the back loops will kind of poke up where you can see them. So that was 1 single crochet, so now we're going to decrease. So that was 1. So now let's do 1 single crochet in this next one. Decrease, which is where you go in 1, yarn over, pull through, go into the direct next one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that was 2 decreases. So now we're going to do 1 single crochet, decrease again. We're going to do that all the way around, and at the end of this round you'll have 16 stitches. Okay, I just finished round 16 doing 1 single crochet, decrease all around, and I have 16 stitches. So now I'm going to stop and stuff my little ghost real quick, and then we'll do 1 more round of decreasing and the crocheting will be done. We'll just have to do the face. Okay, so for stuffing, just like with anything else, we're going to first put some down in the bottom and then we're going to push it down and out, down and out. So you can push it out to the sides and down at the bottom. You want to stuff those bits first to get them the shape that you want and the density that you want. Just keep adding stuff in and kind of push in the middle and then I pull out to the sides so that I can shape out this part the way I want it to be and then stuff the center. So I like to stop and like fluff it around, make sure it's getting the shape that I want it to be. I think that's pretty good right now. I'm going to do my last row of decreasing, and then at the end of that row you can add more stuff in down here if you want to. So let's do that last row. It's row 17, and we're just going to do 1 decrease, 1 decrease, 1 decrease 8 times. So we're going to do 8 decreases all the way around, and at the end of this row you will have 8 stitches. So there's 1 decrease. 2. So I'm going to do that all the way around and I'll have 8 stitches at the end. Okay, just finished my last round, so I'm going to leave a tail so I can close up the hole. Take my stitch marker out. That's that little jog I was telling you about. You could, if you want to, you could use your yarn tail after you close up the hole and stitch that together a little bit if you wanted to. But if it doesn't bother you, I wouldn't worry about it. So there he is. If you want to add any more stuff in, now's the time to do it. But I wouldn't stuff too much at the bottom so that he will sit up. But let's close up this hole and then we'll start on the little facial features. So for the bottoms, I always just go through each stitch and I pull it kind of tight as I go so that I'm not putting too much tension on the yarn at the end. do that all the way around. Then when I get to the end, I just kind of go through a few different spots. And then I'm just going to stick my yarn tail out the back and leave it there for now. This is the hole that I left at the top. I'm going to go ahead and close that real quick. If you didn't have a hole at the top, you don't have to worry about this part. It just sometimes happens. I feel like this white Parfait Chunky is a little bit thinner than the other Parfait Chunkies. So, see, I just needed to close it up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and send this yarn way down here to this one. And then I'll tie those off together. Whoops. Okay, let's just use a hook. Go through. Okay, so now we are all ready to start the face. So for the eyes, let me get my other one here. We're going to do black to build it up, and then normally I use white to do the little detail, but since the ghost is white, I'm going to use a little bit of gray, and then we'll stitch on the mouth and the cheeks with worsted weight. So let's do the eyes first. We need some black in the Parfait Chunky. So I like to put the eyes above the arms. You know, here's the arms, so the eyes will be up here somewhere. You can also use safety eyes, which again in this tutorial is the second one I forgot to tell you where to put the safety eyes in. So I'll have to make another note for that one. Safety eyes. Okay, so here's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between round 6 and 5 or 7 probably is where I would put these if I was doing safety eyes. These are 16mm ones. So rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somewhere between rounds 5 and 7, I would put them in, and then about 4 stitches apart. Might be cuter closer together. Yeah, I think that'll look better, a little bit better closer together. So I would do something like that. I'm sorry I forgot to show that earlier. I will make it a note on the screen though. I don't use safety eyes a whole lot, so I forget to mention it. Alright, let's do the embroidered eyes. So above the arms, close to rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll probably start around row 7. About right here, I guess. Pull your tail almost all the way through. Leave a little bit down there. And we're just going to go up a couple of stitches and back through where we just came out. And then we're going to build that up. So just keep going in and out of that same spot to build up the shape of eye that you want. I have a video tutorial I'll link below about embroidered eyes if you want to check it out. And also, so far in every single tutorial I've made, that are amigurumis, I have done the eyes in them as well. Okay, we're just going to build it up. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to come out over here. So that I can start my next eye. You can always pick them out and redo them if you don't like the way they turn out. I've done that plenty of times. If you don't want to do this kind of eye, you can just do the little V-shaped eyes. You can do whatever you want. You can glue on some felt eyes. I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to snip that and just leave it there for now. Alright, so there's the black of the eye. So now I'm going to use my gray yarn, snip off a little bit of it, to do the little detail around the eye that I normally do in white, but because the ghost is white, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I'm just going to do it in gray. Go down at the bottom of the eye. Go up around the side to the top. And I usually like to do that twice. Sometimes you have to do it more. You can also do this around regular safety eyes. If you want to add a little detail around safety eyes. Okay. You could also do it in a different color if you wanted to give it like blue looking eyes or something. Or yellow would be cute, I think, for a ghost, or green. Some sort of ghosty color. Okay, so for these ends, I'm just going to knot them together a couple times. Turn the black's a little shorter. I'm going to take a hook and I'm going to just go through the body. Pull them into the body so that they are hidden. Fuzz is everywhere. Alright, so there's his little eyes. He kind of looks sad. I stitched his eyes, he looks a little sad. Alright, so now we're going to do the smile and the cheeks in worsted weight yarn. So I've got a little bit of black and a little bit of pink that I'm going to use. Alright, so for the little smile, I'm just going to start down here. I like to do the smile really close to the eyes. Leave yourself a little tail. I'm not the best at shaping the smiles. I struggle with the smiles myself. But if you don't like it, you just pick it out and do it again. You don't even have to do a smile if you don't want to. Or you can just do the little V. I do the V on a lot of things. When I can't get the smile right, I'll give up and just do the little V. One of the main goals of doing these is not to pull tight, because that's how you can mess it up. Then your little ends here, you just knot them together gently. I'm going to use your hook again to pull through the tails. Alright, it's coming together. So now you can do the cheeks if you want. If you don't want to do cheeks, that's fine. I think it's cute though. So we're going to take a little bit of pink yarn and do the cheeks. Alright, and so same thing, just going somewhere. The cheeks look cute close to the mouth or close to the eyes, wherever you want to put them really. And you just do it the same way you did the eyes. You just kind of go in and out the same spot a couple times just to kind of build it up a little bit. You could actually use blush too. I know some people do that, like the makeup blush. But that will wear off after a little while, especially if it's being played with. Okay. There's one little cheek. Alright, so now we got his face done. We got his ends dealt with, except this last little bit of ends. Take all these fuzzes off of them. There's always fuzzes when you work with Chanel yarns. And there he is. This one looks a smidge sad the way I did his eyes. And here's my other one. This one turned out bigger because I used an eye hook instead of a H hook. So this is 5mm hook. This is a 5.5. But they're still cute. Look at them. They're just happy little ghosts that are great for gifting or just setting around your house to be cute. If you make this pattern, I'd love to see it. So tag me on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube if you make videos. If you have any questions or anything like that, I would love to try to help you. So just leave them down below in the comments, or my email is always in the description. So you can shoot me an email. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.